Hey everybody, hope you're all doing good today. Let me wish you all a very happy Valentine's Day. The first thing that pops up into everybody's mind when we talk about Valentine's Day is that amazing person you have and the special relationship you have with them. A relationship can mean a lot of happiness, but it can also mean a lot of trouble. Today, Samson and I are going to be discussing a few issues based on relationships. Hi, Samson.
Hi, Natasha.
Okay, today being Valentine's Day, what do you think about relationships?
As soon as we mention the word Valentine's Day, I don't know, most of the people think only about relationships. I have been through people who have ended up in disastrous relationships. Walking with them is very agonizing. I wish I wouldn't even want my enemy to go through that.
It's a lot of pain.
I have seen, I have seen them excited. I have seen them very happy. I have seen them in the clouds. I have seen them, at the same time, I've also seen the same people who were riding on the clouds, falling down. And, that's why, when relationships, we use this word called falling in love. That itself disturbs me because anywhere you fall, you get hurt. So I don't know why do you call falling in love, It's something that, they call it fall because it goes beyond your control. You see a beautiful girl or you see a handsome guy and immediately you get slipped off your feet and so you fall.
Okay.
That kind of a falling into a relationship, can end up in disastrous consequences. It's been very painful.
Okay, Samson, when it involves so much of pain and there's so much of trouble, do you think it's really right to get into a relationship?
There cannot be a relationship without love. So, love must be the real basis of any relationship. Getting into love, getting into a relationship of love, I would say, I would not call it wrong, but it can go wrong,
Okay.
And if it goes wrong, it's terrible. I would say, getting into a love relationship with the right person, at the right age, at the right way, Can you see these three things? The right person, at the right time of your life, and in the right way, If you can get into a relationship and conduct a relationship like that, it's beautiful. It's marvelous. I've known friends who were in relationships and we didn't know it at all. We were in the same gang and we didn't know it at all. It was so controlled, it was so mature, it was so beautiful.
You actually didn't know
we didn't know it. Yeah, no. Till one fine day they announced us, guys, we are going to get married.
Okay.
And then we thought, okay, fine, they decided just like that. But then they told us that they were in a relationship for 5 years.
Wow.
We were so surprised and we all liked it, We all liked it. It was so nice and it was so God-centered. And it was nice. So for that question, I would say it's not wrong, definitely. And I would say don't jump into a relationship, if there is no love for that person. A lot of times, we are forced into relationships. We just see the person, we just get married, or we just go ahead and do that, and later we regret. If there's going to be a regret on that basis, if you're not able to love the person with whom you have got into a relationship, that can really mean disaster. You cannot act for long. You can't act. You can act in anything else, you can't act in loving a person. That's so hypocritical. Very soon the other person will come to know that you don't love him at all.
Samson, you were talking about healthy relationships being based on love. So when you talk about love, what exactly is true love? Is it the liking a person has towards another person for his or her physical appearance, or for the talent that he has, or, on how they look at them from the outer perspective?
See, love is not just this, whatever you're saying, physical appearance, talents and all that. But love does not exclude this. It is definitely an attraction. Definitely, an attraction between a boy and a girl, or definitely an attraction between two good friends. You know, it should be, it also includes the attraction. It also includes beauty.
Okay.
You know, beauty in the sense, see, what is beautiful for you may not be beautiful for me, or, you know, it lies in the eyes of the beholder, you know.
Yeah.
That's exactly the first things that, you know, start off a kind of liking for that person. You know, and then liking alone is not love, what I'm trying to tell you. I went to a international school to preach, you know, and suddenly one 8th standard boy comes up and he says, Samson, you know, I like to talk to you personally. And I thought, what an 8th standard boy will talk, you know. He just asked me, I'm not able to concentrate in my studies and all that. And so he took me separately, and then he said, Samson, you know something, that whenever I enter my classroom and I look at this girl, you know, I get that, you know. And I need to supply him the word saying butterflies. Yeah, I get butterflies, you know. I don't know what it is, you know. And it just means that he's not bad. It just means he's growing up into the right stage of life where he kinds of faces an opposite attraction.
Okay.
You know, I would rather say if you don't have that kind of an attraction, you should consult a doctor.
Oh.
You know, you know, some people think that if you don't get attracted at all, you're very holy and you're very righteous, you know. You're not very holy and righteous. You know, something is wrong with you if you don't have that particular attraction at that particular age, you know. And so I told him, everything is right with you. There's nothing wrong in having that butterflies, but it definitely happens. But how you carry it, how you deal with it. So I wouldn't say love doesn't involve a physical attraction. It does. A talent attraction, it definitely does. You know, it definitely does. You know, all this only can kickstart that special feeling you have for that person. But then only after you try to relate to the person and get a little closer, you will really know what he really is or what she really is, and then only you can understand whether we gel, whether the chemistry works. Are we liking each other for the right reasons? You know, I tell you, there was a girl whom I know who was very, very beautiful, and she was so confident about her beauty that she thinks with her beauty she can make any guy walk like this. She got into a relationship, and that guy, of course, fell for her beauty because that's what she wanted to happen. And you know, not even 8 or 9 months down the line, this guy turns around and dumps her. She feels very hurt. Love or a relationship cannot be just based on the beauty that you have. People will like you for the beauty that you have. People maybe will follow you for the beauty that you have. But once they have that beauty, and they have sensed this is all it is, if there's nothing else that's holding on, then, you know, when beauty goes, the relationships, you know, it shivers, it falters, and then ultimately it ends up. If it doesn't begin with love, you know, it's going to be very dangerous. Don't use your beauty for that. It is God-given. Beauty is God-given for you to really cherish it, and of course to make the other person cherish it also. But that alone cannot be the basis of a relationship. If that is going to be the basis, I'll tell you guys, watch it out. If that's going to be the real basis why you are after a girl, or the girls, if that's only going to be the basis why you are after a guy, you are heading towards a mighty big disaster, you know. And if you don't mind a disaster, fine. But if you are a very true person, if you are a very genuine person and you end up in a disaster, it's going to be terrible. Okay, and you're going to feel the whole life is going to end. And don't get into any wrong conclusions. I would rather tell them, Natasha, if someone is like that and watching the show now, you know, if their confidence is just crumbling down because someone dumped them and went, I would want them to immediately contact me on the email address that they are right away watching on the screen. You know, don't end up with anything disastrous. Don't take a wrong decision. You know, talk to me and we can talk it out.